Gameoration.
What is going on, guys? It's Taylor.
And it's your boy, Dre.
And welcome to this day full of wellness going on here. So what's going on? It's
Holy shit, dog.
yeah, tomorrow, we're not going to get into it, but the news I guess we can talk about is tomorrow Nintendo Direct's going to have a direct about, so we're doing this on Saturday, about Super Mario movie 2, Mario Galaxy, pretty much. So excited to see that. So we'll talk about that
I think
next week.
They've made the mistake of escalating too fast, right? Because Mario expands like literally, it's just as old as I am. I think Mario might be a little bit older than me, actually, technically speaking, right?
82, 84?
Yeah, right. I think Mario's just also. All I'm saying is they have like a vast universe. They should have did Mario Galaxy like in the third or fourth movie, right? They start off with the plumbing, and then they go to they start off with the plumbing, and then go to Super Mario World, and then Galaxy.
They introduced Yoshi at the very end, the end credit scene was Yoshi, introduced the egg, and then
that could
Yoshi going to space too.
That could progress like Mario World, and now like the Savage Lands, they traverse all these other things.
But also, then in the first movie, Peach is like, oh yeah, I came from I appeared out of a fucking tube, out of a warp pipe from the stars. So yeah, and then the big theory is Rosalina is somebody's daughter or something. So Rosalina could be somebody's whatever.
I'm just saying, right? They just went too fast because now they're in Mario Galaxy. Now they're you crawled and then ran. You should have walked. You try to build a franchise. You try to build a Mario verse. They should have started a little bit. I just think the next one should have been Super Mario World, where they could have expanded this.
The cartoon was Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Then Super Mario Bros. 3. They did Super Mario Bros. They introduced Super Mario Bros. 3 characteristics in the cartoon. And then Super Mario Bros. World. And then there was Captain. They should do Captain N. Fucking
yeah. Either way, I'm just saying they went too fast. It's just
hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, because
hop, skip, and a sprint.
Did they do the Mario Kart thing in the movie? Or
they did do that. The Kongs created Mario Kart.
Okay, yeah. So they did the Mario Kart thing, right?
Yeah.
So now you kind of imagine there's this little Mario land where the King Toadstool Kingdom.
They could have done a fucking RPG. Jesus, come on.
And then now I just think they should have expanded the world out so we can learn more about this world they're in. Before they leave the planet,
they showed the Super Mario World map though in the first movie. When Donkey Kong, pretty sure the Donkey Kong when he looks at the map, that's Super Mario World.
And they should have explored. They're already going to new. We haven't even gone to our next. We did go to next Kong land, but we should explore the world more before we go to
the Arctic with the penguins. Yeah,
before we go to another planet or galaxy. It's not another planet. It's Super Mario Galaxy. We're into a different galaxy already. It's wait, you guys just need to.
Well, they did have those establishing shots of them walking through multiple worlds. We can see them all the ones oh yeah, I'm in that level. Too bad we're not going to that one.
I just think they was dog, you just. Why? Anyway, that's all my.
Who needs those levels?
Here's a random question for you, since we're talking about stuff, and I just wanted to ask this question.
Talk about stuff.
And this is a question not about video games specifically.
Oh shit!
But
are you talking about me?
Because
just yanking it.
No. I listen to audiobooks mostly because reading has never been my strong suit.
I fall asleep.
I do too, and I can read a paragraph.
Yeah, one of us finished college.
Yeah, I can read a paragraph, get to the end of it, and be like, "Shit,
what the fuck I read?
The fuck did I read?
Same.
Go back and read it again." So I listen to audiobooks. I want to do it more often. When you drive around, especially if you're in traffic lot, you have a lot of time reading. Uh-huh. If someone says, "Have you read this book?" A book you listen to an audiobook, are you qualified to say, yes, I read this book? Or would you say something along the lines of, no, I listened to it, or I audiobooked it? Or
okay, so two things. One, did you retain the information of the audiobook? Did you understand what was going on?
Yeah,
did you know all the characters?
Yeah,
This is the caveat.
My understanding is that, when I get to the end of the audiobook, I either enjoyed it or didn't. I read that, listened to it, whatever how you want to rephrase it. But yes, you have, if someone asked you about this book.
No, but my answer will be based on your first question.
Yeah. Well, my answer is if someone said, "Hey, blah 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 book," oh yeah, that book where this happens, and
I'm saying that. But okay,
so you know the book.
Okay, so I'm saying, but so if somebody asked you, Dre, did you read X book, but you listen to it though, and you would say, my first thing, sub question, would be, Dre, to yourself, did you retain all the information from it?
Right.
You know the characters, you know the story of it?
Yeah.
Cool. So, go back to the question, they're not going to specifically ask you, on this fucking page, this happened, what happened here. So they won't know pages. They'll ask you about the story. So as long as you know the story, you can say fucking whatever you want. You can say yes or no, but like, yes, or you can say, oh, well, obviously, I didn't read it.
So,
I
like,
listened to it, but
so,
I know exactly what's going on, though. Like, same book.
Because at the end of the year...
It's the same way you get the same information in two different ways.
Because people say, like, you know, through the end of the year, I read X amount of books. Can you say, I read that book? Like, do you think, if someone said, have you read this book, and it's a book you listen to specifically an audio book, would you say yes or no?
I would say yes. The same amount of time it took me to listen to that book, because somebody reading. So whether it be me reading out loud or somebody reading to me, it's the same as audiobook. If you're with somebody and say somebody's visually impaired, but they don't want to fucking braille the whole book, and somebody says, "Oh, I'll read it to you." Cool. They listen to the book. Okay, I've read the book. And granted, that's like haha, you read the book, you're blind, but like still, but like
to me, it's a matter of semantics too. Like I think because when someone asks you if you read this book, they're not actually wanting to know if you went through every single page, read every single word. They want to know if you retain that, if you know that book,
if
the information,
about the movie, the game, the book, and you can give a question based on it, and
they want to know
about the book.
The information was written in the book. They want to know if you know said information, because because this was a question on Reddit, and I was curious because I've been actually having this question like the last couple of months. I was just curious how people felt, because the way I feel is a matter of semantics, because I used to know the Raven word by word because I memorized it because I watched other people's performance. But if someone ever came to me and said, "Hey, have you read the Raven?" I'm like, "No." I would say, "Yeah, I read it," but only because I knew it. I knew the story and I knew it word for word at some point. I can still tell you the first couple stanzas. The rest, it gets all fuzzy, and I can kind of remember jumping in and out. But like I said, I would say, if someone asked me if I read it, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I read it. Right?
Yeah.
And like, but then like there's a thing, like I've read Romeo and Juliet actually several times in my life. I don't know why, maybe because of school. And I've watched the movies.
The classic or the one with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Both. Oh. I have seen the classic movie with those Claire Danes looking chick. She just looks like Claire Danes.
That's Claire Danes. No. The new one.
And in the new one, Claire Danes is in it. But the one with the original, that chick still looks like Claire Danes to me.
That one's controversial because that chick's like 15 and then she gets naked.
I don't remember her. Maybe we watched the edited version, man.
There was an edition out there that has she has like a topless scene or whatever, and she's like young. She's underage. Okay, well, and then that's like a big old thing. Well, obviously it is a big thing, but
I probably watched it at the library, so I don't think they have that version.
The guys masturbating to the cart on the computer will say differently.
Well, either way, right? So I've seen both movies and I've read it. So like, if someone asked me if I read it, I would say yeah, right.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was just like, well, no one is really asking when you read a book, did you read it? They want to know if you know the information for it because they want to have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
So to me, is semantics. Like, so I read this book, someone read it to me. It's just the way of people saying. But I was just curious how other people felt, because I would say yes, but again, it's just a matter of semantics. Did I actually read this book? Maybe not. This book was read to me, but I know it well enough to retain it. Like, I think if you cheat and like you do like Cliff Notes, no, you didn't read that damn book. You just know some facts about it to regurgitate, which you'll probably forget. But if you listen to the book audiobook wise, I don't think it's any different than saying you read it at the end of the day. So you can add those books you listen to your books, a list of books I read, or we should just change the words because, it should say books I retain the information from.
Either books I enjoyed or books that, I'm familiar with this story.
I'm familiar with this book. It was just an interesting question that keeps popping up. That is it like all the people who talk about the Constitution, 90% of them didn't read the Constitution, which is actually
learn what they had to in school. The fucking what's in the Bill of Rights, whatever.
Bill of Rights, preamble to the Constitution. Yeah, we the people, in order to form a more perfect. Schoolhouse Rock. Nope. You don't know.
I know Schoolhouse Rock.
You didn't.
I know. I'm just a Bill. I know that person.
I'm just a Bill. No, you didn't. You didn't do "We the People" in order to form a more perfect union.
No, we did that in school. No.
Establish justice and ensure domestic tranquility.
So I've gotten into the audiobooks as well. Like I fall asleep. Even when I'm reading comics, I fall asleep when I'm reading, and like it gets hard to retain. It's frustrating because I read something like you said, and then you forget it and you have to read again, and then you just double up on fucking information. But watch people explain to me, or if I have an audiobook, that's cool. Got really into the author John Scalzi, who did
he's really into this guy.
No. I want to get the name. I want to get the name of the book right. So one is the Kaiju Experiment. That's really funny. It's really good. It's a good book. But my favorite one is the Starter Villain. That's a really good book. It's funny. Really good.
The last book I quote unquote last book I listened to. It was actually a while ago, or actually probably like 2 years ago. I haven't listened to any recently because I've been on the podcast. But anyway,
yes.
Specifically, it was The Disaster Artist.
Oh, is that the fucking
yeah.
hey?
So that is the
Mark?
book written by the guy. Oh shit, I can't remember.
You're double dipping on that.
Yeah. So basically,
the room.
So there's the room, right?
Yeah.
Either the director or one of the guys that really heavily worked on the film wrote a book about it called The Disaster Artist.
Yeah, there's a movie by that.
And then Dave Franco and some people remade the book The Disaster Artist. So it's a movie based on a book that's based on a real life experience of the production of The Room.
And you can see him every convention. He's there,
that
hanging out.
That dude is funny. I've actually talked to that dude before. I might have a photo with him too. But he's actually a down to earth guy. Considering, like, if you know all the things you know about The Room and how weird he is, he's actually pretty down to earth and willing to have a conversation. And it's weird because he's oddly famous because he's
For
just
wrong reasons, though.
Yeah, but he lives that like he's owned up to it. Like, yes, this is me. And this is this weird shit that I've done, and like I'm famous, and he thinks of himself like a celebrity, I imagine. But yeah,
Cartoon Network used to show The Room like every year on like either April Fool's Day or something. They would show The Room in its entirety just for the fuck of it.
There's such a cult following of that movie. It's funny. I'd heard of The Room, like in college.
I tried to watch it. It's boring as fuck.
Yeah, it is. But it was funny because it would always come on, and we were always talking about it. And then I never went to one of those like cult showings of it, so I like watched part of it too, and like, what the? It feels like a movie that was recorded in the 80s. Like when you like watch those old movies, and you're like watching how slow paced they are, and how like almost like lulls in their pacing. That's what it feels like.
Yep.
So I didn't realize it was like it's not that old. It's like I don't know, maybe like late 90s or early 2000s. I don't remember now, but whatever time period it was made in, it feels like it was made 16 years before that. But yeah, it's funny how famous that dude has become from that terrible movie. But
yeah,
The Disaster Artist though it's a hilarious book. It almost makes it worth watching both versions of said movie because the way he like I don't even think.
Does he narrate himself?
Yeah,
of course he does. He get paid more.
And then
why share the wealth?
It's crazy because like it almost feels like a fiction. Like the book feels like it's fiction. How wild the stories he tells. It's like, wait, what? How did that work? Like to this day, he doesn't even know how Tommy Wiseau funded the movie. He said he sold like sweatshirts or something, but it was like something like, hey, he came up with like $6 million. It's like, there's no way you made $6 million.
Car washes, lemonade,
sweatshirts. I can't remember because it's been so long since I read the book, which is 2 years to me is a long time in terms of brain retention, but it was a hilarious book. So I can recommend that audiobook.
I gotcha. Should we get into my topic?
Yeah, sure.
Dre? All right.
Hop into it now.
All right. So
today's sponsor is Raid Shadow. No,
I wish. No. So this is something I thought about. I'm like, oh, you know what? This is like because you give me shit about games and about how you do give me shit about games, and sometimes when I play on some difficulties, right? You're like, oh, you put on easy mode or whatever. But sometimes easy when we play the games in easy mode, it's just to get for us. It's for us to get through the game. Really, that's all it is. Like, if it's normal, then it may take some more time, and we don't have a lot of recording time per week. So we try to get through games as quick as we can, and later on you can revisit them.
I'm sorry for giving you shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but like you do.
You sound like you're like like live and toss and turn and like oh.
I do. It is. It does. No, it is haunting me enough So I know that I will never tell you like I'll just put on a difficulty to go through. Well, we'll play the game, whatever. We're playing the game to get through it. But I was going through. So I noticed that. So when I'm in the morning, so I get up really early in the morning, I go to the gym.
Hey, just before we pass on, just move on. I just like more of a challenge. Just because
sometimes those challenges are best enjoyed alone in your own time.
Yeah, no, I understand
what you're doing, like we're doing things, recording things. Like, so we get things that go through. You enjoy the same. Yeah, I'm not looking for bells, whistles, and achievements. Like, we get the game, you get through the game, get through the story, and so forth. And
I'm just saying, I do enjoy a challenge, so I do put it on higher difficult, just because, like, depending on the game, like to me,
we're not with a co-op. I
understand that. I'm just saying, like in general, I just like that.
You
like,
do, yeah.
If a game is too difficult, if it's not difficult enough, it feels almost less fulfilling. Like, I wish this game was a little bit harder. That way, I guess the game had the perfect. Actually, it's probably too difficult for its own good, but had the almost perfect amount of difficulty. Was a Cuphead, because when you beat those bosses, you're like, yeah, you in your face. But there were struggles to begin with. Like if I beat.
Go ahead.
No, keep going.
But also, to that point, you got through Ball Cross Pit. I almost beat the other day. I've been playing like daily, right? I almost beat the first boss the other day.
Almost. Oh, the first boss is actually one of the hardest bosses because specifically.
God damn it! I was using the fucking guy with the bouncy balls, right?
Yeah.
And then the second guy you unlock, the boss had literally maybe 2 hits left and I would kill him. He fucking killed me.
That is actually oddly enough one of the harder bosses because
he's an asshole.
You can only hit it in a very specific area.
He's a piece of shit.
And with certain characters, you can't beat it. Or at least I have. Like there was one character I have that the character I use the most. I don't think I can hit the boss because So as you lock characters have different traits and they play differently. Some of them, in the mess, I'm just doing it wrong. I can't beat that boss. So that boss is genuinely hard in general. Like, it's not an easy boss. Yeah, it is, oddly enough, one of the harder bosses in the string of bosses.
Yeah.
The easiest boss is, like, actually the next boss you're going to fight too.
If I get past the first boss.
Yeah.
If ever.
It's not hard, but it's difficult.
Okay.
Because he does this thing that's really annoying, it makes it time consuming.
Oh. But, yeah. So, back to what I was saying about the difficulty. Games used to have like normal, and then they even actually would hide away like the hard or nightmare mode or some games or ultra hard to get you to get past the hard mode. Then you unlock harder modes instead of doing Dre's and going straight to the hardest mode available. But also games had easy, normal, and now lately I've seen that games have like story. It'll say story, then easy, normal. And then hard, whatever. Story is more of like just enjoying the story. Like we like when we play through it together, we go through the story together.
I can't remember what game this was. It might have been Final Fantasy. It might have been Horizon. But it lets you it says like it has like 3 modes, right?
Yeah.
When you select on it, it actually describes it like this is for people who just want to enjoy the story of the game and who do want.
That's why it's
difficult.
7.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Like because like
or remake. Sorry.
Because some people who play games take a lot of dexterity, concentration, and skill. Like they take straight out skill.
Yeah.
And it's not for everybody. Like I am good at some games, but I'm not good at every game. And it's like
about the game of life, Dre.
No, I suck at that one. I'm losing in all categories. No, so I can understand like people enjoy Final Fantasy mostly because of the story.
Yeah.
The adventure. I doubt there's someone, or not say I doubt there, but I'm pretty sure the majority of them want the story, and then some people who just aren't that good at games, or there's even like an accessibility conversation to be had, like, I'm slow, or I can't, I don't have a right arm, or like, I have jitters or whatever, like, some type of accessibility thing where it's like, games for me are more difficult than they would be for a normal person because of said disability. And I don't want to be cancer or anything, but kids, like if you have children, it makes games more difficult because you can't not take care of children.
But they're doing things better to better assist you now.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember there are some games like you can't pause, and I know if you're playing an online game,
Of course,
the ability
yeah.
to pause a little more difficult. But like the inability to pause a game is is like a disability to me because sometimes like
You better piss your pants.
yeah,
Shit in your chair.
or like I'll get a phone call like at work or something,
You know
and
nobody's
like
calling you, Dre. Be quiet.
or like sometimes I need to do something else. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, keep going. Yeah,
So so with all that being said, my topic was this. My not really an argument, but more a point. So a statement. So indulge me, people. Leveling up in a game, the ability to level up your character is a roundabout way of putting the game on easy mode. So because usually I'm talking about mostly like in RPGs. So you can grind for fucking hours and overlevel your character, face a boss, and be 20 levels above them and kick their fucking ass. And then that's putting the game on easy mode. So you are putting the time in to put the game on easy mode because you are getting stronger and stronger than the bosses
yeah.
and stuff.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
I think
Some bosses will follow you with levels. Like if you level up, they will level up too, like pretty much the same way. So you're on even plane. But some games there are set levels. Like when I was playing Final Fantasy VII, like the remake, like I was a 50, right? I leveled up my characters, I maxed out my characters, and I was actually above Sephiroth as far as characters. It was a lot easier to get through the game that way. But so and also
I struggled with fucking Seth. It kept killing me.
But so even like in old school RPGs, like even going back and playing the old school
really
Final Fantasy 7 or Fantasy 1 or whatever.
Before we move off this topic, when I got towards the end, the person I was with there was like, "Oh, I'm gonna record this because you can clearly see like we're approaching the end of the game." So like, okay, cool, I'm gonna record this. That was like before we realized it was
on
like
their phone.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
That was before we realized it was like 6 fights in.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, this isn't just like, oh, this next battle when it's over. It was like battle 1. It was like battle 1, part 1 of 8. And they're holding their phone for like 30 minutes. Like, okay, fuck it, I can't.
My arm is so tired.
Because I was like, no, this has to be the end. And then like something else would happen, and then like they would go through this long cutscene, and something else was like, okay, look, I know it's at the end. I don't know how many times this is gonna happen though. And then finally, like the Sephiroth battle, you could tell, okay, this is probably the actual end battle.
In theory, on paper, hopefully.
And then I lost it like 8 times in a row, but
nice.
Yeah, it was just funny. Like, oh no, this is because like anything he even says or heavily hints at there is no going back after this. This is the end. It's like, oh yeah, you gotta go record it. But it was just like, my bad. I didn't know how long the end was gonna take. Yeah.
There was no pause either. There was no pause in recording you finding like.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah.
So because I'm going back and thinking about like, so for some Borderlands. So in Borderlands,
okay,
you don't live up.
Because
go ahead.
No, you said your bit right, like that. And I was gonna say why I disagree with you.
Okay.
I think leveling up in video games in general, okay, not always, in general, is a design to make you feel like you're growing as a character, right? Because when you start off like Legend of Zelda, they don't want you to start off with the Omega Sword, the Omega Shield,
Master Sword.
I'm just saying, like I figure like they had different names. Is it always the Master Sword?
Master Sword. The Master Sword the Master Sword, but for some reason the Master Sword in the first Legend of Zelda looks like spiralish. It's weird. But yeah, Master Sword, and then you get like your big shield, like your ultra shield, like your bigger shield.
But they want you to start, to me, and this is like they want you to start off like you start off with a twig and like a little paper shield you made, and by quote unquote leveling up, you feel like you're progressing. So I think it's just a different way of showing character progression in the game. Because if you've played Mario, you have 1, 2, 3 states, right? You have Little Mario, Bigger Mario, Fire Mario,
Super Mario,
Super Mario, and Flame Throwing Mario, right?
No, I would say that the Star Mario,
Mario,
Invincible,
or then Star Mario, right? But those are the only 4 states you ever go to, and you kind of flip back and forth. So it doesn't feel like I'm stronger Mario, or I'm more evolved Mario than when I started. So whereas Link in the Past, you start off with basically twig and a paper shield, and by the time you're like a knight in full armor, you're holding the Omega shield, the Omega sword, and you have all these magic spells. So I think it's just going back to the classic D&D. We all started at level 1, but now we can fight the devil because we have all these magic spells now, and we built up our inventory, our power. Yada, yada. So that's why I don't think it's really more like a playing a game in easy mode. But I do think some games have it built in where if you wanted to take the extra time to do this thing,
it's a reward system.
Yeah, it is a reward system, but I just think it's more like a progression to like, a reward system. And I don't think, and I also think it's a backhanded way to add like fluff to your game, right? And I'll give you an example of this, why I believe this, right?
What are you fluffing? What are you fluffing, Jared?
I was playing Xenogears the first time when I was in like 13, 14 when that game came out. We were playing it.
Mm-hmm.
And we were doing well, but we were like just kind of flying through the game. But we got to a boss we could not beat.
Yeah.
I'm saying we started playing this boss at like 9 o'clock at night. By 3 in the morning, we're like, you know what? I think it's time to go to bed. There is no beating this boss.
Yeah.
And we had to go back and like
level
up. Like we didn't have a choice because no matter how hard we tried beating this boss, there was no if and I can tell you the boss's name was Calamity. Final Fantasy, in Xenogears, and we could not fucking beat this boss, right?
Yeah.
And we just kept fucking dying to the point where like we wanted to cry. Like we were kids, we were like, why is this game so difficult?
Yeah.
And so we had to go back and grind. Like, and so to me, that was a way of the game forcing us to make the game longer. Because had we beat it and just kept going through, we would gonna get the game like way quicker by forcing you to like, oh, you can't. It's almost like I would say it's an artificial way of hiding keys around the mansion. Like without all those keys, you can't progress. So you're gonna have to spend the time to find each one of these keys, which will add 18 side quests till you get to that next bit.
Look at you, Resident Evil. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. That's your. You don't think that leveling up is an easy mode because like
I don't.
Again, I do think that because I mean if the game allows you to get stronger, like again going back to any RPG, like they always talk about the grind. Like you always want to grind when you get an RPG and like you're turn based. You're even in Final Fantasy 12, when they started doing the like action like kind of like the live battling, the non turn based. You knew you had to level up. It's kind of like just a rite of passage. You have to level up your character. You have to spend time. You have to grind. You have to get stronger. You may not get all the better weapons right then and there, but that your attack's going up, vitality's going up, your strength's going up, your defense going up. You're getting stronger, and you're in these battles where you're fighting these ogres or be giants, whatever, who are strong and took a little more time half an hour ago, are now a lot easier. You're getting them through like a couple hits, and you get to know, like, oh, this combination of hits will get these done quicker, and so forth and so on and so forth. But you're learning new magics, except for Final Fantasy 1 or 2. If Final Fantasy 1, you can only learn magic, like you can only buy like certain 3 magics per level. It's kind of weird.
No, I still disagree.
No, I feel like that was thinking of like I feel like if I were to play, go against a boss, and then I get my ass kicked. If I go back and spend an hour grinding and leveling up and make myself stronger, one, I'd get a bunch of money and I could go and go to the shop and buy 99 potions, ethers, whatever, for my magic, and then I go back and kick their ass, like, because I am so overpowered and I feel it better.
See, I can think of a game where you can grind and get to that like extent, but the cost of grinding, whether it be time and actual in-game resources, to me doesn't feel like it's the game on easy mode. It's just a game giving you an alternative.
It's a way, but it's a way, say you do fight a boss who's hard. You go back and go back to Calamity. After you were grinding and you went to a certain level, wasn't the boss battle more manageable at the time?
Fuck it. I mean, we beat it, but I wouldn't say it was more. It was more manageable. But what you're trying to say is that it makes the game easy. And I would say, even though we went
it makes the game easier, not easy, but
easier, 100%.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say like it. I think the original statement was just playing the game on easy mode.
No, it's like grinding is a form of putting the game on easy mode. because you're grinding,
Yeah,
you're
I
leveling.
don't think so.
I feel like you're leveling up a character so much that you're being overpowered. You may not have like you may not hit a place where like the armor fits the level because maybe you're not there in the game yet, like in geography wise, but in power wise and time wise, like yeah, you put time into it, and your attacks are a lot bit better now.
But
So
to me, the cost of grinding
hmm
is such a huge toll that I don't feel like you're playing the game on easy mode. You just took way more time
yeah,
than needed to I guess make the game essentially easier.
yeah,
But
exactly. Easier. The game is easier.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think that puts the game on easy mode. I think that's just you took a lot of time.
It's a form of putting the game on easy because
I don't think it.
yeah. So like
We
if
will
I'm,
we will agree to disagree to disagree to agree.
okay, I'm saying like that's my thing is like
No, I kind of I get what you're trying to say, but to me, grinding because I've had to grind in a lot of games where it's just like to do this next thing, I have to grind, and it's not me grinding is going to make the game easy. It's me grinding is going to make this next stage passable, or before it is not. Like I said, back to Xenogears, there was an area I would grind for hours because I couldn't get past the final boss.
mhm,
And again, that wasn't making the game easy. That was just making it palatable.
yeah.
And I would say it was easier than me not being able to beat it, but I would never say that the game was easy after I did all that. I would say it took me way longer than I think it should have because I couldn't get past this part, so I was forced to put in extra work. I would say like the only time I would say like I felt like I grinded to a point where I was like unkillable was when in Final Fantasy VII, the original, when I got all my characters to 99 and I beat Sephiroth after like casting a couple spells. Like, oh, that's it. But I still struggled with Emerald and Ruby Weapon, who are like
Oh yeah.
the top of the top. In fact, I probably fought Ruby Weapon like 100 times before I ever beat him, and I don't think any amount of grinding made that easy mode. It just made it passable. So so that's why I disagree, because there's been games where I've grinded my teeth bloody to just to pass X boss versus like say Calamity.
Mhm.
I still felt like we barely won that match. It just got me to the point where like we were in a boxing match and we managed to go 12 rounds and they gave me the win versus me getting knocked out every single time.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't think grinding and leveling up is a way to play a game in easy mode. It just makes the game more palatable in some situation. I
Easier
think
to play through.
easier, but like that's easier than when it was. Something being beatable versus non-beatable. It doesn't say playing the game in easy mode. It just makes it beatable to me. And I don't know. That's why I disagree. I have like when you say grinding, I have like trauma of grinding. Like,
No, I'm saying, but like, yeah. I went back to play Final Fantasy 1 not too long ago, and I was grinding through, and after I got the ship, and I was going through, and I was going through the cave to get the little gnome, to get the nitro, TNT, whatever. And I was going through all that, and I was like, you know,
I've never played Final Fantasy 1, so
Okay,
all this is just
okay. So anyway, just yeah, I went to some place. I got a ship. I can travel around. This is before like the airship. This is you got the canoe, then you got the boat, and then you get the airship later. But I was traveling around, and I spent like literally an hour at this place just grinding around. And I had saved up enough money or gil so I could buy bunch of cabins or that's pretty much a tent. You know, it's a tent or a cabin now for if you want health and magic to be restored. But a bunch of health options where I could just after my battle, if I was low on health, I was going to die. I could Phoenix down them, and then I can go ahead and level heal everybody up and keep on grinding. And I got that part, so I got to a point where it's got to be super easy, and I was literally leveled up about 20 levels above where I started from.
But I think that's more you, because you said you went back and played Final Fantasy 1, right? So it sounds like you know the game. Like I've seen some dude beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out wearing a blindfold. I would never say that game was fucking easy, but he just knew the game so well.
But I'm saying, but the fact of the matter was, I knew that these bosses were going to be difficult, and I knew that the monster is going to be difficult. It's random battles. You random battle throughout the caves, or whatever. Even though now the newest ones, the remastered ones, you actually turn it off so you can actually non-battle. So you can go straight to the boss, and then yeah. So you can just bypass all the.
Now that's
battles.
easy mode.
Yeah,
because the random battles is what makes those games so fucking hard. Because you're like, shit, I'm running out of resource. It's more like a resource management thing, and then random battles, like even when you win, they just at the end of the day they're just taking your resources and like just slowly depleting your resources, and like if you don't get to the next stage without enough resources, you fucking die. So it really is just resource management. But yeah.
But I was getting through the bosses, and I would get to the boss, and I like destroy him like super nothing. I would ride through him like 1 or 2 turns, and they're dead. I was like, cool, that's awesome. Like that's how it is. Like it was a lot easier for me. So it was essentially easier for me with easier with me on easy mode. Like it's in the name, easier. In the word easier is easy. So like the derivative of the same word. So that's what I mean. But as far as that, it's for me, I guess you can say. If I grind on a game, it's me putting it on a lower. If there's no difficulty available, if I'm able to grind and put time in to make it easier on myself to play through the game, to make it enjoyable, I don't need a super big challenge. I just want to. I don't mind being tedious work, and I will if that pays off later, where it's a more enjoyable game, and I feel a lot better about myself playing through the game, and I get beat bosses, and I get able to enjoy the game quicker. Because there's nothing worse than going through a game on the level, on a certain difficulty level, beating bosses, getting through levels, stages, whatever it may be, going to different areas, only get to a place where like you can't fucking win. You don't understand how, and you hit this wall where you're like, I don't know what to do to get past this game. I don't know the strategy and you look up things online, you try to recreate them, fucking button push by button push, and you don't understand how come they can do it but you can't. And it's a piss off because I can't remember offhand what games I've had, multiple games it has before, but I've had to actually stop and come back the next day, and sometimes it helps out too. The Wolverine on PS2 is when you fight Deadpool at the very top of the it's like exhaust pipes at the very end of the game. Deadpool always killed me. now it's oxymoron because I love Deadpool, but he always killed me. And I literally spent an hour doing that, and this is before internet, but I didn't understand. I understand what I was doing to prevent him from to not get hit or hurt or as much or do what I'm not sure what to do. That was the thing is I got so fucking frustrated. If I was able to make my character Wolverine stronger, to unlock better character and unlock better moves. If I wasn't doing things throughout the game, that would have been a lot easier for me. I wouldn't mind a grind to make him more stronger, whatever. And that could have been it. I could have just missed all that information and missed all that opportunity throughout the game. I could have just played and had fun, and then just overlooked everything else. That's on me if it's true. But those are the games also like where you play and you hit a gap or like, fuck, I can't beat this. And like it makes you all your confidence you've gained throughout the game, being levels and being bosses and finding secrets and whatever it may be, that all goes right out the window. It gets fucking sucked. It's like a joy vampire. It just sucks out of you. And like you're like, fuck, like maybe I just like.
So to me, putting the game like. I still kind of disagree with you. But I'm saying, like, an example of what I think putting a game on easy is when you're in Resident Evil and you have the rocket launcher and it allows you to just one-shot kill a boss. And, like...
I did that in Resident Evil 2? I think Resident Evil 2, the remake.
I've done it a couple times. I just remember, like...
I one-shot the mass boss.
And to me, I've never had... I've always had more difficulties on lower bosses. Mm-hmm. And I just say, fuck it. I'm going to shoot this motherfucking rocket launcher and move on.
I remember that boss battle because it was the battle where you two fall. I think you fall from the helicopter onto the island.
Which one is Resident Evil 2? I'm blanking now.
It's with you and it's
Raccoon City.
Police station, yeah.
Okay.
But I remember that, I think it was Raccoon City or Resident Evil 2, I think. But anyway, I remember you drop down and you have a rocket launcher available to you, right? So you go and pick it up. And I just happened to like scope it up and look at him, and I see him coming through, but his head's all fucking weird and bunch of like all weird looking, and it's a big monster. And as soon as I saw him like in the distance, I hit the button to fire my rocket. It hit him, and then boom, the fucking fight ended. I'm like, really? That was it? That was quick. Like fuck, this happened to have it there. But he was like, because he was walking like behind a hill, and then as soon as he cleared the hill, I hit him, and that was the end of the battle. I'm like, oh, that was pretty simple. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, there are so many bosses in Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil is one of the hardest games because you can almost barely tell when a boss is about to die. At least my experience. Like I just feel like you're just constantly shooting a boss, and like you go through his states
until the music stops.
And then one time it just like collapses over at some point.
And you're like,
but the Resident Evil have always been a difficult game. That's one of the game I've never put on hard because that game is always like it's already difficult because when you get hit, you're like a little bit slower, and when you're about to die, you're like limping through the stage at that point. And when you put it on hard, they just make that limp state happen so much faster.
Yeah,
and they're like when you put it on hard, one they give you like less ammo, two they give you like less save points.
Yep,
and then like three you go to like a limp state. Like it used to be like 4 hits, now it's like 1. So that's one game that's always been difficult to me.
Yeah, I think they said the new Resident Evil has a mode where it's like difficult, where you have to have like 3 or 4 or maybe more ribbons to save one time. So you have to save all that stuff. So like,
and then like you start off like a knife. Like when you're out of ammo, you have the fucking knife. And that thing I've never managed to kill anything that's stupid fucking knife.
You get one knife kill, and then it goes away.
Yeah,
and then you're fucked.
Yeah, so I've always just had so difficult. But yeah, I understand why that rocket launcher is that because there's like I remember the boss, and I want to say it was Resident Evil 4, and there's just like they're like these two like I say they remind you of like praying mantis, but it was like 4. In this
go ahead.
That's it. Un forastero.
Yeah, it's a little playing guy.
Yeah. There's like these two like praying mantis like things that are chasing you, and like it's almost like the sewer. And for whatever reasons, these things kept fucking killing me. And I don't even think you're supposed to kill them. I think you're just supposed to run to the end of the thing, and then lock them in there or something, and they die. But I could never successfully do that without them killing me. So I just finished and said, fuck it. Because like you get like the rocket launcher earlier on, like, and I think they expect you to kill the final boss with that shit.
Nope.
But I was like, no, fuck this. I just shot his ass.
Yeah.
And then like all the doors open. It's like, okay, I guess that works.
That was it.
That solves that problem.
Yeah.
But there's always some stage in Resident Evil that I've just would just keep fucking dying.
Yeah.
And then eventually so that is making the game easier. And in some cases, I don't mind that. Because like the one game I'm playing right now is Blueprints. I've already beat there's like 3 levels of beating Blueprints. I
feel like you bring up Blueprints every single week.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like that game is at the point where it's like, well, fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. So you got to look it up online.
Okay.
That is putting the game easier because there's a point where it's like, look, I've hit a brick wall. The game doesn't have a this way stupid button.
Yep.
So I need some help. So I understand needing a game to be easier, especially when you're like especially when it's like it involves a story / pacing of the game or like progression of it.
Yeah.
So I 100% understand. There are even games now, and I can't tell you which ones. I just know there are some games now where you can change difficulty mid game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, look, I was in.
It'll ask you to. It's like, hey, you died this many times. You want to fucking lower difficulty?
Yeah. Like, hey, man,
you're having a hard time here, buddy.
Like, we want you to enjoy this game, but yeah,
you're not getting down a couple pegs.
Like, we are willing to help you out.
Yeah.
To get you beat. Did Final Fantasy do that? I can't remember which one it was. I just know there is a thing where I know Final Fantasy is like, hey, you died. Let's have you like prep for this battle. Like, you can change your weapons, your spells, your materia. Because you died, and we understand, so let's get you a little bit prepared next time. So I think that happened to me a few times, because, like, you know, you give your materia around, and you don't actually know when a fucking boss battle. I mean, you have an idea, but it'll hit you like, shit, I really wish I had my revive materia on my heal.
Yeah.
But I put that on somebody else, and now that person ran off into another mission, and now I'm just screwed when it comes to my healer and shit.
So how about this, then? In Final Fantasy in Final Fantasy Origins, the one where you play as you play as the first boss in Final Fantasy 1. So Final Fantasy 1, you go and you fight, starts with a G, Garland. You fight Garland. The first castle.
I feel like a Final Fantasy noob.
Okay. So in Final Fantasy 1, your first mission, before you even get the bridge to go to start doing shit for the king, like your first mission is to go to fight Garland.
Mm-hmm.
And Garland, again, the first boss, I know it's hard because my first Final Fantasy I ever got was that. I was fighting him. I could never beat him, or it took forever to beat him. So I learned later to grind. So I would grind like a long time, go and I defeat Garland and kill him easily. So that being said, in Final Fantasy Origin, you play as Garland.
That's fun.
And so you're like, okay, I know this is gonna end because you're gonna end up turning bad. So it's just more of a progression. watching him turn bad. Anyway, you always have two people fighting with you at all times, and on Xbox controller, I'm pretty sure this PlayStation control as well. Your shoulder buttons control them. You can tap them and say like, "Oh, go fight, attack, whatever." So I got to a point where I would just fight to level up because you would unlock jobs, mage, blue mage, whatever like that. But you'd have to level up that character's. You'd have to level up that job. So I would get to the point where I would just say, fuck, I don't want to fight this guy. Have them fight him. So I would start a fight, tap my buttons, and have my people attack him, and then kill them, and that'd be the end of the battle. Like I wouldn't do. I literally would stand back and watch them fight.
I feel like
that was it.
I got to that level in Kingdom Hearts, where fucking
Donald
Goofy and Donald would kill everybody before I could even figure out where they're. Like, because they would seriously,
Donald the Mage,
they would like find the enemy before I would. It's like, where are they going? And then by the time we got to them, they would be dead. Like, oh, whatever. Except for Sephiroth.
Thanks, Gorsh.
Sephiroth was still a motherfucking pain in the.
You're in the Coliseum that way.
Yeah,
and handle your shit. but that was the thing. Like, do you consider that easy mode, where you have the ability to stand back and tap two buttons and have your two people? Like, you did it with Kingdom Hearts. You said.
I think that always
easy.
I think. Because there's always a game where, like, to me, it's like it depends on where you're at, right, in a game, right? Like, you can get to a point where, like, all those bosses in the very beginning, where you can just kind of like fly through.
Yeah.
But where you're at right now, like, yeah, those stages are now easy because you've progressed beyond them. But I feel like in most cases, you will hit a ceiling, like, oh, okay, that was easy, but now this next boss I'm fighting,
yeah,
that's not easy anymore. So I feel like everything before that's easy mode. But I still think there's a point where it's like, nah, like you're gonna hit a brick wall eventually. You're gonna hit the point where, like, okay, your skills may have been great for all those low level bosses, but now you're gonna eventually hit a point where the bosses, especially if you're in a game where like they have that like adaptive leveling up, where like, oh, you're this strong, like,
cool. So what?
Like you're like the boss is like your level times X. Plus this much HP, so it's like as you level up, yeah. So then it's so
it becomes a waste.
Yeah, I'm gonna say a waste. It's just make sure that you're not flying through the game. Like they make it so like, okay, are there some games that don't do that? Maybe.
So let me. So I played a game recently, and I'm gonna review it. So it'll be up. I'm not sure, one Monday from now. Called Ghetto Zombies. In that game, and there are options. There's
Ghetto Zombies in the hood.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it actually is that, but it's not. It's a top-down shooter. But if in the options, they have the normal option, camera, they have like video options, whatever, audio, and blah blah blah. And at the bottom it says invincibility on or off. You can turn invincibility on or off. I played the game that way. So in that way. The game isn't asking you at the beginning of the game. It doesn't ask you hard, easy, whatever. It just starts you off the game. You start the game. You do your business. Do you consider that a easy mode?
Exactly. I would say I would even take it back way old school. Up, down, left, right. Konami code.
Yeah.
Is basically easy mode. It's basically the game. You start off with your lives and you die. We will give you 30 lives. That's like
Taylor
easy
still
mode.
died for 30 lives.
Yeah, no,
himself.
I have to. I'm not gonna lie, but it was last time I think I played that game. I did 30 live code. I actually beat it without only like losing 2 lives.
When we played the Contra game before we deleted everything. We played through the whole game, the new one, the Operation Gulago, whatever it was called. Did we try the Konami code? Did it work? By chance?
Huh?
Or if we tried it? I don't think we tried it.
Don't even remember if we tried it now.
I don't think we did.
Huh? Now you got me feeling like I'm stupid. Like, wait, why didn't we try the code? It's funny because like there's like a lot of games you try that code and it works, or there's like a variation of it working. Yeah. And I don't know
if it worked in Turtles, the arcade game, TMNT2, the arcade game.
Yeah.
Same thing. You
I
get
don't know, but yeah, I think those are easy mode. I remember in Twisted Metal 2.
But okay, so before you move on,
Yeah.
my only ask was like that option was available to you right off the bat. It wasn't even easy. Again, easy, normal, or hard. It was just like, oh, yeah, if you want invisibility, do this, which is pretty much like if you want to enjoy the game, and then still go through it and still fight zombies and monsters, whatever. You can go through the game. This won't be as difficult because you don't have the fear of trying to always find health and staying back.
Yeah,
and it's built in. It wasn't like you had something special. You never put a code in. It was there right off the bat, given to you. Do you want invisibility on or off? And it had to be there for a certain reason as well. Like
yeah, I think it's something like so too difficult. Like I would say, okay, Smash Brothers, the newest Smash Brothers game, right?
Yeah,
they have like a
I couldn't beat the newest one. One thing, once you get, I couldn't. So forever it took me forever to fucking beat a Master Hand, right? And then it's like, oh yeah, here's the other world. I'm like, god damn it.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say they have a little weird story mode where it's kind of like a board game. I could not, for the life of me, beat it until Sephiroth came out. Then I picked him and I was able to beat it.
Yeah.
But before that, I could not fucking beat it. I gave up.
Yeah.
Like I full on because like I want to say it was like an angel eye and then like a dark sword or something.
Yeah.
And I was able to beat one of them, and I might have beat the other one, but then like there's like final mode where you have to beat both of them at the same time.
Yeah, and then after that, you unlock the second world. Or am I wrong here?
I don't remember.
It was Master Hand. It was
because it's Master Hand, Crazy Hand, and then like the bosses. Maybe it's like a dude after that. I don't remember. All I remember is I couldn't fucking beat it. Right? I'm talking like I played this shit for hours.
Likewise.
And like it wasn't until the Sephiroth character came out because he had like a long sword, so I could play it.
Azumune?
Yeah, I could play it very differently, and I was able to win. But that game needed an easy mode. Because I'm telling you, I put hours into this, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until a character was unlocked, and he was like one of the last characters unlocked in the game. So it was like 8 months after the game came out, and me trying to beat it. Because I bought the game day one.
Yeah.
Okay? And I couldn't beat it. So I was like, that needed an easy mode. It's like, there was no easy mode in that shit.
You went through almost a full pregnancy trying to fucking beat the game.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah, invincibility mode, they needed a mode where it was like, okay, look, beat the game mode. Shit, like we will like let you like you suffered enough. Okay.
Yeah.
And like I was trying to get to the end of the game, and it was basically looking at a ravine that's like 1,000 foot, and like there's no way, or like trying to jump the Grand Canyon. Like I can't do this shit. It's like this. It's not possible. And so some games do need that shit.
So would you appreciate a game that said, on average, it's taken us who make the game this many hours to beat, say 40 hours to beat a game. We see you're on hour 60. What the fuck's going on here? Like, do you need help?
Yeah, 100%. I like I said, I like the games that had that. Hey, you keep fucking losing. You want us to make this easier? Because we can make this easier.
It may not be because they're losing. It may just be like, oh, you've hit 60 hours. On average, it takes this long to play this game.
Yeah.
Do you need this to lower difficulty for you? It's not.
Yeah, I would 100. I said I'm all about making games more accessible, and to me, making it easier sometimes coincides with more accessible. It's like some people just aren't good at games, and then some people just like have some disability, and some people just like there's just some reason like I couldn't tell you why I couldn't beat those fucking. Maybe because they were just too hard for me.
You suck.
Or because I suck at games. Like there's something between me and that game where it's like no matter how hard I try.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they didn't design it to be unbeatable. And I would even go as far as saying some game designers do design it to make it like barely beatable. But there's a point where it's like, okay, if I can't beat this, there's no enjoyment. Like I will quit this game, and it will eventually turn me off to this game you built.
Or future franchises, future entries that you do.
I'm never fucking playing. Like, I couldn't beat that last game. Why would I even enjoy trying this next game? Because I just couldn't beat. There's no funness to have.
It has a new hat, Dre. That's what you gotta do it.
I'm trying to think, is there any game I've ever just been turned off because it was just too damn difficult?
I can tell you Adventure Island for me. NES, Adventure Island.
Adventure Island NES?
Yeah.
I don't even remember what that game is.
It's one where you're on a skateboard going through on the side scroller, and like I remember picking up. I remember not knowing what the fuck to do. Like I assume you go right. That's always old games. Go right. You go right. and these fruits would appear out of nowhere, and I can't remember if you're able to throw fruits, but you're on a skateboard, you have a little white helmet on, and you're like you're a jungle person, and then you're skating through the level, and it's like a platformer, but I don't understand why I couldn't do it, but when I played when I was so young, on the NES. I don't know why I asked for it. I'm not sure if I kept seeing it in magazines or if I saw it whatever.
Because you're a kid and your kids are susceptible to advertisements.
I don't even think there was an advertisement for it. I don't know. A lot of the games I got, I look back and I'm like, why the fuck or Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy was fucking as well. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I never understood the concept of how to fucking play that game. All these are NES games that I just like. Those games are hard just to be hard, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say before Game Genie was Game Genie was invented. It's pretty hard for me to say. Game Genie. Before that was invented,
yes,
I think I probably had only beat like 10% of my Nintendo games because those games were hard. To me, they were hard. Like beating Super Mario without warps was hard. Being Contra without the 30 live codes was hard. I remember there was a Ninja Turtle game. I would always get close to the end and fucking die.
The original TMNT one, we had to go in the water with the fucking those electrifying
eels, and you had like I think you had to disarm all the bombs.
Yeah,
and I think I kept fucking dying. Like those games were just hard. The Battletoads game I had never beaten.
The speeder bike, yeah.
That speeder bike too, but there was another.
And you had PTSD when we were doing a player playing the newer one.
And like, there's a game I just never, and it was maybe because I just grinded to a point. Like, I just like, and at that point, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm never playing this game again.
Yeah.
I can tell you some games I have quit was the Jason Friday the 13th game.
I never knew if there was an ending.
Yeah.
I just thought you just kept on
going.
No, yeah. That was the game. That was the nightmare. Like
I just couldn't figure it out. I was just like, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
His purple
jumpsuit. Fucking dying. And then like Jason would eventually kill us all. And like, I'm like, what am I supposed to do in this game? And maybe because I was young, I just didn't get it. But yeah, that was
I hit him and he slowed down with it. He slowed down and I'm like, cool. Like, I had to go find the kids and I had to go find the mother's sweater but I didn't know where it was and it was stupid maze. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of games where I'm just like, you know, fuck it, I don't care anymore. I'm done. See. Actually,
Pac-Man, Adventure Pac-Man.
I think the game I can remember. Oh yeah, that game. Oh, that game didn't even make any sense. Like you would have never figured that out. There's no logic or rhyme or reason to solve it anyway. No. But I would say the last game I remember, like the most recent game I can remember playing, I just quit was Assassin's Creed.
Which one? The first one?
I want to say it was the first one.
Yeesh.
I played it, and then like I don't know what the fuck I did. I'm pretty sure I did something wrong because I had to walk from one city to another, and I'm pretty sure at some point they were like, they must have said like, "Here's your horse," and I was like, fucking around, and I jumped off the horse and figure out how I get back on.
It's just the D-pad. You press button and you
whistle
for it.
I don't remember what happened. All I remember is I walked from town A to town B, and it took me like 30 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I don't think Assassin's Creed's for me.
Yeesh.
And I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since that day. And then I also bought a Call of Duty 4 too, and I didn't enjoy that game, so I quit that game. So
wasn't that one you could do multiplayer with your friends? Was that the one or?
I did the one recently. It was just basically Call of Duty 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of the more recent multiplayer, but I just didn't enjoy it. It's not fun for me. No.
I'm over Dre.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're kind of getting towards the end of our little podcast here. So I hope you enjoy my topic. Hopefully it made sense, and hopefully, I don't know.
Taylor trying to rationalize playing games on easy mode.
Yeah, I'm not sure where you fall what islands had the island you fall on, but for me, again, grinding is putting things on easy mode for me because I can I'll put the time in as long as it makes the game easier for me, more enjoyable for me. It's not difficulty, frustration. Me who has dad temper, who I get frustrated so easily and quickly. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching and listening. If you're watching on video, check us on audio as well. We are on Spotify and iTunes. You can subscribe on iTunes and follow us on Spotify. We have videos here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with Wednesday being this podcast stuff, Gameoration. And then on that note, check us out. Leave comments below. Let me know what's going on with your easy mode. And on that note, we shall see you guys later.
Peace.